And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Once again, we're going to be talking to the Lone Wolf, Indy pro wrestler, the Lone Wolf, Jerry Nelms, as he's going to be taking on Colt 45 in a home run derby match at Pro Wrestling Georgia Tournament of Horror, February 1st at the Trademark Arena in Cornell, Georgia. Hey, you're on the line.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How you doing tonight?
All right, sitting out in the parking lot waiting on the girlfriend.
Uh-oh. Waiting on the girlfriend. Well, we'll be done by the time she probably comes back, watch.
Maybe.
Yes. But anyway, man, this is it's gonna be awesome, man. You're going into a tournament here against really like a young young kid future of deathmatch wrestling. Colt 45. What do you think of that?
I mean, I haven't really heard much of him. I've watched a few of his things on YouTube here and there. But from everything I see, I think it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
This is my second home run derby match. I've been in one before.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. Man, just you want to... It is a tournament, so, you can move on to different people, right? So...
Right.
I mean, I know you've tangled with one of my friends, Brad Cash.
Actually, no, I've never met Brad.
Oh, really? No.
Really?
No shit.
I've never met Brad.
Oh, dude, he's a cool dude. He's real down to earth, and a sick motherfucker. You know that.
Yeah. Out of everybody that's on the card, the only ones I personally know are Tank.
Yes.
Hoss and Cody.
Yeah, Tank is a veteran. He's like the legend of it,
Right, and I've also met the guy that Tank's working in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I met him in October at the Angel of Death tournament.
Mm-hmm. The Angel of Death tournament, man. That was when they first started with that was awesome. And then till now, I think it
was a fun experience.
Yeah. It was because, it's a different atmosphere for, fans to see the real gore of wrestling, the real death match, what deathmatch wrestling is that we know it is. It's we always say, it's an art, a form, it's a form of art, and it's
right.
Yeah, and the way that that could be performed is insane, nowadays.
Oh yeah, it takes talent.
Yes, it does. I mean, you look at the, I know they've had the Saw matches, and that's crazy shit,
Yeah,
like you don't see, you don't, huh?
I said that hurt.
Yeah, that's like the Saw version of Japan, like, you know what I mean? Like the guys in Japan with the way that they perform too, my God,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what do you like about deathmatch wrestling? What's your...
I mean, it's just... I'm not the best when it comes to technical wrestling, so it's kind of my way of getting out there and doing something I enjoy, but not showing my flaws,
Yeah.
I can get in there and beat the hell out of somebody and make it look good.
Yeah.
While everybody else goes and does, arm locks and headlocks and whatnot and make it look good. Yeah.
And the way that, it's like we say, it's an art, and it's you have to have the, the go power to force yourself, to just to keep on going. I mean, this is a tournament, man. Like, if you can make it past him, Colt 45, the next guy, look at that. You would have a trophy right on your shelf,
Right.
And you'd be like, look at me, I'm now a deathmatch tournament winner, And
right, exactly.
To put on,
it would be awesome.
Yeah, because I'm sure you've studied, like, older guys who have been in tournaments, like, like the Bulldozer Matt Tremont. We'll give him as an example. Yeah, I know, like guys like that have been, all over, showing what they can do, and it's
exactly.
It's amazing, right?
Oh yeah.
How long have you been in the business, wrestling?
Counting reffing, I started reffing in 2008. If you count reffing, I'm coming up
reffing.
12 years in May.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what got you into, just wrestling in general?
Well, I mean, me and my brother would always go, to local indie shows down where I'm from in Eatonton. Mm-hmm. And he got into it when he was, 16, 17 years old. Mm-hmm. And there was a day come, and he just talked me into getting in the ring one day. I bumped, didn't want nothing to do with it.
Right.
Said, I'll sit here in the stands. Well,
yeah.
The day come, he needed a ref and talked me into it. And kind of went from there. I refed for a year. Mm-hmm. Then he taught me to taking bumps here and there, and eventually taught me into wrestling.
Yeah.
I've been going since.
Mm-hmm. And then you got yourself now Dancing with Death match wrestling, which is a real treat. Like it's it's fun. It really it is. I mean, you could, like we say, Japan is the is the way that they've done it for years.
Right.
And what do you think of that? Like, what do you think of the?
I gotta give credit to Japan. There's some crazy ass people.
Yeah, there. And do you see who's going to Japan? GCW is going over there once again.
I did see that.
What's that?
I did see that.
Yeah, with Danny Havoc. With Danny Havoc going back, my gosh, he's.
Right.
I mean, he's from the early days of CZW when it really was CZW, and going to the, taking it to the Japan, and he has wrestled in Japan. I totally forgot. People that don't remember that much with Drake Younger and a couple other guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Kasai, my gosh, it's gonna be whoever he's facing. There's so many guys. There's a lot of even the Bulldozer too. And it's just gonna be something different. It's
oh yeah, definitely.
They step it up. You've probably noticed that. Game changers everywhere.
Oh yeah, I've been following their stuff a little bit here and there, trying to keep tabs. But
they've come to the States. They've done the Ju Kasai. He's come to the States already. We're going to be seeing a couple of the guys come over. A couple more weeks, we're going to have a show in AC in Atlantic City again. So
nice.
I know. See Ricky Shane Page again. There's another deathmatch wrestler.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Bucket list of people to wrestle. Who would you want to wrestle?
That's a difficult one.
Yeah, because there's so many good ones, I know.
As far as deathmatch-wise, I would have to say
G-Raver.
Tremont or G-Raver or either Masada.
Yeah, G-Raver.
As much as I don't want to take skewers, I want to work Masada.
Yes. And if you've seen Brad Cash, he has. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And he knows it's it's not easy. Or Matt, Matt Tremont. Well, Matt Tremont. No, he has a hard head. Matt has a hard head.
Right.
Yeah. He reminds you of the younger Reed Bentley, because I heard that guy Reed Bentley has the hard headbutts too of the rejects.
Yeah. I mean, as far as deathmatch, I think those three would be pretty awesome to work.
Yeah. Jimmy Lloyd.
Outside of deathmatch.
Jimmy Lloyd, of course. Jimmy Lloyd, because
Oh yeah, Jimmy's great. I love
he's
Jimmy.
a crazy kid. I know.
Outside of deathmatch, I would say, just because I modeled most of my career after him, would be Jeff Hardy. Would be like top bucket list.
Jeff Hardy, man. There you go. Wow. Yeah, we don't even hear that name as much as we do, You notice that these days?
Right. Not anymore.
No. Like, it's like him or his brother, right? Like, you really don't... I mean, Matt has kids now,
Right. And, I mean, another name you don't really hear that I wouldn't mind working, which I've met him before, would be Shannon Moore. I think that would be awesome to work Shannon Moore.
Oh, man, he used to be on Impact all the time and everywhere else.
Yeah,
I remember him.
He's come to Georgia a few times, him and his, I think they're married, Lindsay.
Yeah. You don't know. Who knows if they're married or not? Yeah.
Right. They come down to a company that's not too far called Southern Honor a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And work, so it may happen someday.
You never know, right?
Right.
Or you want to face a legend, right? Or you have.
That would be awesome. I mean, I've been in the ring with some.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, out of my, I guess, who I've been in the ring with, I would have to say my favorite was the spots I've got to do with Tracy Smothers.
I was going to say Tracy Smothers, he's known for being around, you know? Yeah.
We did a show, it was years ago. It was me, my brother, and another guy. I forgot who his partner was. But they were Tracy Smothers and a guy named Vic Rhodes. And this is when Mickey Knuckles was still doing the Jezebel gimmick or whatever. Or it was Jezebel and then it was Mickey.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that night Mickey chased me around that entire ring.
Right.
Trying to grab me. And it was like one of the best nights ever.
Yeah. I've seen Mickey wrestle a couple times at
I love Mickey.
She's a great wrestler.
She's a sweetheart.
She is great. I mean, she can wrestle. You know, she is a female.
She can go.
Yeah.
For a girl her size, she can
Her and Maria, or Randy West can really tear it up. Any of them, too, you know?
Another one that I wouldn't mind, as far as females go, that I'd love to work would be Sage Sin.
Oh, yes, Sage Sin, but now she's pregnant. You know, now she has a little kid. I don't know.
I still think it'd be awesome, though.
Yes, yeah. She's... I remember Sage Sin came to Game Changer Wrestling the one time we had her.
Yes, she did. She worked,
Homeless Jim... No, Eddie... oh, God, Eddie from Canada.
Yeah, it was Eddie something.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God. I can't think. Oh, fuck. We'll have to think of the name. Shit. It'll come. That
was actually a really good match, though.
Yes. The Canadian. What the fuck? Sexy Eddie. That's it. Sexy
Eddie. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was around for so long, man, and he wrestled in the States for a long time, too, you know? Like, it was crazy. I never got to... Well, a couple times I got to see him at a local show, you know?
Right.
Which is amazing, you know. But yeah, he's the character. He's the
I bet he is.
He's the original Joey Ryan of wrestling.
Yes, that's another one that I'd love to be in the ring with.
Just don't talk.
Joey Ryan.
It's just not the Peter's. It's not the Peter's shit, right?
Oh yeah, he still does the Dom shit.
I know.
Fucking great.
I know he does. I mean, he's the guy. He's like the reverse of when Colt Cabana used to wrestle, you know?
Oh my God, yes.
God, there's a name that we don't even see no more, but he's like behind the scenes. Behind the scenes of wrestling still, you know?
Yeah, I think he's doing some stuff at AEW. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know he was.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of AEW?
I know he...
What are you thinking of that? You like that concept?
Oh, I'm digging the AEW stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty good from what I've seen.
Yeah. It's really cool concept how they, you know, it's going to grow and grow, you know? I mean, look at that. We have our first pay-per-view. Their first pay-per-view is coming up. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, that full geared pay-per-view is coming up.
Cage match. Something. First cage match, you know? Like, God, we haven't seen, like, a good cage match, you know? I haven't seen a good one, like, on Impact.
Yeah,
I know
War
Impact.
Games wasn't bad.
No. And then you had, I think you had Tessa versus Sammy that one night.
Yeah. That's somebody else I wouldn't mind working with, be Sammy and OV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's...
I think with me, Hoss, and Cody against OV would be badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could imagine that right now. Shit. Would you ever like to, like, you know, travel to the East Coast and wrestle? I'm sure yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've been slowly trying to find areas. It's just kind of hard right now, so...
Yeah.
Like, I've wrestled, you know, all over Georgia. I wrestled in Alabama once, and in April we're going to Tampa for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, WrestleMania weekend?
Yes, I'm on the same show Cody is.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about it. It's like, yeah, you guys, you're going to be swamped with wrestling. Go to some shows, man. You know.
Oh, yeah, I plan on trying while we're down there.
Like get to one of those bar wrestling matches, you know, or the, you know, the gay brunch by Effie. Come on, like it's.
Oh, dude, I've tried to get on that show so much it's not even funny. I've messaged Effie left and right, and he won't get back with me.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. But no, he's a character, you know.
I love Effie. He's great.
He is. He can make you laugh, and I mean, I've seen him.
I've worked one show with Effie, and I loved him. He was awesome.
Yeah, he's the coolest gay guy you'll ever meet now in wrestling.
Right, he's like the best gay guy ever.
He could act it off perfectly. He had first time I saw him at the Game Changer show, I'm like, oh, this guy's, he has something special. You know, I'm supposed to have him on my podcast.
Right.
Effie, if you're listening, I still got to get you on the podcast. But yeah, there's so many wrestling promotions going to be there WrestleMania weekend. It's insane, you know?
Right.
I mean, of course, Game Changer Wrestling, you know, they are going to have their big...
yeah, they're going to be all over down there.
That's all sold out, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, I know.
I know.
That's kind of depressing.
It is, you know. But what are you going to do? You know, go see other wrestling.
Right.
Like there's going to be...
Right.
Huh?
I said right. Just go see other shows.
Go see other shows. I mean, there's going to be bar wrestling. There's going to be a lot of different companies. They did like last time, you know, like the last wrestling. I was good.
This will be my first Mania all in general. So I've never
really
seen that atmosphere.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be great for me.
You're going to be just like claustrophobia.
I'm sure.
It sucks.
I'm sure.
It's just like a sea of people that you're just like, oh, do I really want to be here? Why did I even bother? But you know what? It's an experience, and you know what? You get to wrestle that weekend, so come on, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, you get people to see who you are, you know?
Exactly. I mean, you get out there and you get your face out there, and hell, it could lead to a booking, to GCW or whatever.
Absolutely, or like I said, bar wrestling or one of those other promotions. You know, there's tons of promotions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's plenty out there.
Mm-hmm. Which catches your eye. Like it's like wow.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah.
The way I look at every show, there's always somebody there for another show, no matter what.
Yeah. I know.
You have to work like that, thinking they're out there impressing somebody for another show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you think about it, a lot of those wrestlers are going to be wrestling the same night. They're going to be wrestling another, you know, they're going to be on a different card every night, you know. They're going to be like every kind of, you can imagine doing that. I would get tired. I would be tired wrestling.
Oh, dude. I've done it. I've wrestled 3 days straight back to back. It sucks.
Really? Really? Just because your muscles...
I went out on a Friday and came back on a Sunday night. It sucks.
Oh, the body must have been like, oh, I cannot take this. Yeah. Right? Like, just the muscles.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible. Your body gets so banged up, beat up.
Yeah. You're just like...
begging for a break.
You're like, okay, like I'm working a 24-hour shift here. All right, you know?
Pretty much.
You know? But no, it's an experience though for the people who I give them credit. You know, we give them guys credit. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's like going to, you know, it's like being contracted. You know, they got if you really are contracted. You know what I mean? God, man, it takes away from their real life. You know, because you're on the road.
I mean,
you're on the road 24/7. You know, for those big companies, and it's like wow. You know.
Especially when you got kids and everything. You're not there, you know.
No.
It takes a toll.
I know, and if you go overseas, it's like, oh, that really kills, you know?
Oh, I know. I've heard stories. I've had gals tell me stories. It's
what, like
wild.
what, that's that? Oh, yeah, just because you can't, it's like you miss your family, and it's like, oh, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you get to the level that you really want, you know?
Exactly. But, you know, I've had Luke Gallows tell me stories when he was in Japan, and it's just, it's wild. I mean, to think, you know, you spend all that time away, you're making money, but you're also missing things in your family's life, you know, and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because it's just like an everyday thing, you know? Your job's like put it this way, you know, look at Marco Stunt, man. Like, he has his brother, his parents, you know?
I love that kid.
That kid is awesome, isn't he? I
love that kid.
He's a great kid.
I haven't even met him, and I love that kid.
No, yeah, get a chance to, if you could see him, go see him with one of these shows, one of these That Mania weekend, man. You know, I'm sure he's going to be around. I have a feeling.
Oh, I'm sure him and Janelle Bones will be.
Yeah, Janelle, of course, Janelle, because he's booking his spring break. Come on, you know.
I love Janelle. That gimmick that's so fucking awesome.
What do you think of when that went viral? That first experience, like, and that was crazy, wasn't it? With Zandig and going off the roof with him.
Oh my god, dude!
And I was there. I was there. You know, I was there for that night, and I'm like, I was there for that show, and I was like, this is fucking insane. Like, you know, like what the hell?
I think it was Vice or something like that. They did like a special on like deathmatch wrestling.
Yeah.
And he was on there talking about that, and it was fucking crazy.
Dude, I'll send you footage. I'll send you my footage from the show. How's that? I have footage from it. I'll send you my angle.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was crazy. But no, I got to meet Zandig. That was kind of cool too. You know, I mean, I helped him with a couple things after for CZW.
Right.
I helped him make some flyers for DJ. You know, like get him under his skin, like burial pictures, you know, like a hearse and shit for like Tournament of Death one year. And Janela was involved. You know, that's
another thing I'd love to be on, or at least see in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just saw something on CZW's website or something that they're gonna go to. They're gonna try to
UK next year.
Yeah, they're gonna do their, but they'll still do a normal death match for the in the States, of course. You know.
Yeah.
They'll still do that.
So they're talking about doing like TOD in UK or something with some other company.
Yes.
I saw that today on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be pretty awesome too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you are ready for your match against Colt, you know? It's going to be fun.
As ready as I can be. I spent an hour last night gluing thumbtacks to a bat.
Ooh, the old, that's the oldest gimmick, man. The bat with the thumbtacks. Do you like thumbtacks or nah? Not really.
Tacks don't bother me.
Yeah.
But I prefer Legos over thumbtacks. That's the sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had talked about gluing Legos on them, but I'm like, there's not enough shock factor there. Two of them with tacks, and I think Cody's got some gussets that we're going to glue on one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're talking about doing barbed wire on one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what we're going to do on the fourth one yet. So trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Plus, there'll be lots of barbed wire. There's going to be lots of everything there, fuckery.
Oh, fuck yes.
My God.
There's going to be shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like I just came back from a couple weeks ago was the Subterranean Volume 666 at the H2O,
right? And
that was fucking awesome. Like it was just a crazy.
Oh, I bet.
It was crazy. They brought back the old steel cage with the like the wood. Matt built that with his students. The wooden cage with the wire. Yeah, but like Low Life Louie, there's a guy who's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah.
And finally shut this kid up that's been annoying the hell out of him for years. The family, like, how the family rivals, he kills him, But, no, I brought to the ring, I went, because Louie's a custodian by day. So I was like, let me go see if I can find an industrial dustpan, the metal one. So I glued 4 gusset plates to it. And then, yes, and then he rips, and they stick to Louis' back, but then he pulls one off and whacks it in the kid's arm.
Damn, yeah, this will be the first time I've taken gussets, so...
Yeah.
This should be interesting.
I'll send you that footage. It's pretty cool. You'd like that. Just for the hell of it,
Right.
But,
can't be no worse than taking a saw to the face, I'm sure.
Yeah, dildos are a popular thing too, but we don't go there,
You've seen the footage of where I took the saw?
Yeah.
At Angel of Death?
Yes.
Dude, that was so...
Ugh, gore, yeah. You just wanted to cringe every time you see that. I'm sure you, relive that, like it comes back to you.
Oh, I do. I every day I look in the mirror and see the scar.
But the scar tells a story, as they always say.
Oh, yeah.
And kids see that today. What is this?
The thing about it, I wasn't supposed to be in that match.
Yeah.
The guy that was supposed to be, going on to this next round didn't show.
Mm-hmm.
So we threw in a replacement who wasn't a deathmatch guy.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to move on to work Hayden.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And the second I realized how much I was bleeding, I lost it. I couldn't breathe. I was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
About passed out. But I got to give Hayden credit. He took care of me.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Just think of some other ideas too,
Exactly.
Be more creative also. But you guys are creative. Everybody, we all are, even fans are too, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I've made sick. I tried to make it, but I don't know if it ever worked. But I did build like a spinner with razor blades on it. Those spinner blades, those little spinners.
They had a damn box fan in Angel of Death with scissors on it, and the scissors were open, and the box fan was turned on.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yep. But like when I saw when Jimmy got stabbed with the scissors God, that was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, to see that live. I
can't watch anything with scissors.
No.
After seeing what was it, Ian Rotten with the scissors where he got sliced.
Yes.
I can't watch anything with scissors after that. But it cringes me.
But you think
not a whole lot makes me cringe, but that does.
But you think about it, Ian's one of those guys who's been he knows what he's doing with that shit though.
Yeah.
I mean, him and his brother, God rest his soul. Damn. Man, it's like you miss these people that we loved watching on TV a lot. Like,
oh man, yeah. I wish I could go back and just be in a crowd of ECW one time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, every time I look across my bedroom. I have a steel chair signed by Balls Mahoney.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell a story how I was young. I worked at a dollar store. This guy comes in. I didn't know what this rough guy struggling guy comes in with his hair messed up and I'm stocking shelves and some person were like, he's a wrestler. I didn't know. I was like, holy shit, He's like, hey, man.
Right.
Hey, how you doing? Then I got to be, I was like, I didn't know you were, then I got hooked on the ECW after that, you know what I mean? Pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild. And we became good friends, for years and years. Him and the Candido family, man.
Oh, man, I miss Candido.
Yeah, I miss Chris, too. I still talk to his brother, Johnny, every day, so we would still keep in touch, His brother followed in his footsteps for a while and wrestled, like just local shit, with balls.
Right.
With balls, actually. It was crazy, It's like, wow, But yeah, now you think about it, man, it's like, these people that we grew up watching, like, come on, They're not here. Yeah. They're not here no more,
I know, and it sucks. I mean,
mm-hmm.
And nowadays you got kids that watch this and don't even know who some of these people are, and it's just sad.
It is. It's like when we heard about Mean Gene Oakland, or like it's just like unbelievable. Yeah. Like we grew up on these people, like wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
But nowadays it's like, do they? Diamond Dallas Page saves lives, which is
yes, and thank God.
I know. I mean, yeah, you still have Scott Hall, but he still does his drinking. He's an idiot.
Scott and Jake are still, like, ever since they've gotten out of drugs, they're the two of the most nicest guys you can ever meet.
Yeah, I remember I went to a what did I do? I did a Jake the Snake. Jake, there's a guy who had had experience too, with demons and shit. I remember going to his comedy show. I won tickets on the internet, or I won tickets on the local radio station for a night out and go see Jake the Snake. Right. So I took my dad, and it was a cool experience because he really went into stories about his addiction, and then like and telling how Diamond Dallas saved his life, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Jake lived. Or Paige's yoga place is only like an hour from me.
Is it?
Yes. Like, it's about an hour and a half at most. Mm-hmm. And I've yet to get up there as much as I want to.
Yeah. Just to, well, he'll probably be at Mania weekend.
Well, he's also at Southern Honor a lot.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Oh, cool.
Because Dylan, which is, I think he works for the production for AEW. Mm-hmm. He's actually works Southern Honor, and he works with Paige at the yoga place, or did.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, yeah. I love Dylan to death, too, especially his Sunny Days character. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Gosh, but yeah, did you see when Diamond Dallas Page came diving off the top, off of the fucking turnbuckle on that pay-per-view, on that one night of AEW? I'm like, shit, Larry's still,
I don't think so.
He's still got it, you know?
Oh yeah, he still got it.
He still does, man. He still does. An old Jersey guy, you know? Just thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
His mom used to run a flea market down the road from me. Never saw her, though. I always heard stories, but, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, man, Diamond Dallas Page, he was wrestled a lot in Jersey, though, you know, growing up with balls, too, of course, you know. Shit, and Bam Bam, you know. There's another guy.
Yes.
One of my coworkers actually, right, is his son, actually, his daughter's dating his son. Bam Bam's. Isn't that? Nice. Yes. It's pretty cool. He showed me a picture of the vest that he had. Only vest he has the vest. Never gonna give it away, you know.
I don't blame him.
No. And he still has a banner hanging up on the wall at ECW. You know. Like
hell yeah.
But man. Times change, man. You know, now it's it's. But you know what? You're going. My neighbor is bugging me to go for coffee. Why is he calling me for coffee at this time? Starbucks fans, man. I'll tell you. I don't know. We're just an addiction. But anyway, Jerry, let's wrap this up, man. What do you think?
Good with you, bro.
Because I know you want to get home and. I want to catch up on AEW. I did not get to watch that on Wednesday night because I think I had Cody on. So
right, yeah, you did.
I did. So this is like a non-wrestling weekend for me. Like catch up on wrestling, you know. You know what? Just like around here, like I'm looking. There's like no wrestling shows. I'm like, all right, what am I going to do this weekend? Just relax, you know.
Sit home and watch wrestling.
Yeah, catch up and study up on a female wrestler that I'm going to have on because I'm going to go to an intergender bonanza in March. I'm going to have Ray Lynn on. So she's been
okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's cool because I'm studying up on her, watching WOW matches and shit.
Right.
To see how she's faced a lot of friggin' ladies, man. It's crazy. You don't realize it, you know. But yeah, I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Let's talk after the show. How's that? We'll just set up something.
Works for me, man.
You know. And fans could
good.
Yeah, but fans could reach you on your social media and buy merchandise, you know, from your pro wrestling.
Yeah, man. I've got my pro wrestling T-shirt. I'm also taking private orders for another shirt that I can't put up on Pro Wrestling Tees right now. Mm-hmm. So they can hit me up for that shirt as well. Find me on Facebook at Lone Wolf Jerry Nelms.
Mm-hmm. And Instagram. Yep.
Hybrid Bearded Viking. And just follow my stuff. You'll see where I'm at next.
Absolutely. You know what? I wish you luck in this tournament and go all the way. How's that?
Appreciate it, brother.
Yep. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Well, fans, that was awesome. Talking with Jerry Nelms. You know, he's going into a deathmatch tournament. We're talking about it, reliving. You know, he was in the Angel of Death tournament as well and he had the Saw match. Man, ooh, just cringe on that word Saw alone. It is just, it's amazing. Like, it's insanely sick from what they do there in Japan. My God, shout out to Japan right now, because this week, February, all this week, Game Changer Wrestling will be facing Freedom's BJW Wrestling promotion out there in Japan. They're representing the U.S. and Japan as well, so Game Changers there. But make sure you check that out on Fight TV and IG Wrestling, the Wrestling Network, to check that out, because it's going to be a good show. Japanese, and don't forget, Game Changer Wrestling will be in the States. We'll be back in the States February 15th in Atlantic City. Run, Ricky, run at the Showboat Casino in Atlantic City. So fans, make sure you be there for that. It's going to be awesomely insane night of Game Changer Wrestling action at its best. But as I was saying before, man, make sure you check out the Pro Wrestling Georgia event this Saturday, February 1st, at the Trademark Arena in Cornell, Georgia, for Pro Wrestling Georgia, as they present the Tournament of Horror Deathmatch Tournament, with a lot of wrestlers on the card, as well as Jeremy versus Colt 45, and Brad Cash is on the card, and Cody is in the wrestling, Hoss Michaels, and so much more. Tank, the legendary Tank. So, man, it's going to be a great night of blood and violence. And fans, just get there. Make sure you can buy a ticket at the door or go online. They still have a couple tickets left. So go on Facebook and check it out at Pro Wrestling Georgia on Facebook. And have a good night, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Russell podcast once again.
Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level. A symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street passion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: DeathmatchRussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at PodcastCity.net, Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.